All right, what's really good, LeSBP Trading Familia? Buenos dias, bonjour, bon dia, sabona, guten Abend, como va, masakea, afta. Thank you all for tuning in. So today we got a good bit to unpack. I'm gonna say this in all the long videos, like always. Please times two the video. So literally turn the speed up on the video to times two, because I talk relatively slowly. I try to jot down everything so that I wouldn't repeat myself too much, but I know because there are a lot of trades, um, I'm going to be talking about the miscellaneous ones and the strategical ones that we're supposed to take. I get very excited about it as well, and I mean that in both a good and a bad way. So yeah, just please times two the video so that you can go ahead and get through it. It should only be a 20-minute video, which means you can make it into at least a 10-minute video if you're willing to watch that long, and then we should be done with it hopefully. So, all right, let's jump right into it. So, first things first is S&P 500. I'm going to start with the miscellaneous trades because I feel like those are the ones that it's funny because if you look at the I'm not going to say they mess me up the most, but if you look at the Excel spreadsheet that I have here on the left, which I'll show really quickly. So it's only if you look at the Excel spreadsheet here, and you can see that the trades that I took using the leap trading strategy were already negative. So I was $735.77 negative, which doesn't make sense to me because we came out like $2,000 negative. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. I tried to download as much as possible. The commissions, actually, no, I didn't do the commissions. So let me do the commissions as well. I know this is a good bit of loss right here with the commissions because these commissions were ridiculous. Yeah, see, that's $1,000 in commissions by itself. Jesus Christ. But either way, so we lost $735.77 just with our trades. So to be honest, now doing the commissions, I actually don't feel as bad because we didn't lose that much when it came to the actual strategy. We lost $735.77. On the miscellaneous trades, though, you can see that we actually came out positive. We came out with $83.81 positive on these particular trades that we took. And these weren't even according to my leap trading strategy. They were just me trying to work in something that I could use on, the 5 or 15 minute because maybe I missed a trade that I should have been in. And I was trying to get into the market and practice and stuff like that, counter trend trading, stuff, just kind of miscellaneous random stuff in a sense. Um, it wasn't a part of the normal strategy, is what I should say. So this is what I'll be looking at along with this note here when I talk to you all. So yeah, if you see me, well, actually you won't see me looking left, but I'll be looking left to talk about those trades and everything. All right, so I'll be starting off with the miscellaneous ones first because I feel like we have less of that, less of those trades than we do of the actual strategical trades, which is quite weird. But yeah, so we had a trade down here, as you can see. I left my what's the word I'm looking for? I left my indicators up here. So the EMA 500, the candle color change, and the higher low indication. I feel like these are all basic, but to be honest with you, I am horrible at finding the trend. I'm even more horrible at actually taking the strategy for what it is. So, yeah. All right. So first things first is, as you can see, first trade presented itself on the 30th of October. The Leap Tradingview competition didn't start until the first. So this is me basically trying to get into a trade super duper late, following the trend, of what I could see at the time. This is, I thought it was going to be a downward trend and hopefully continue, but following what I could see and hoping that we could continue that trade to the downside. But to be honest with you, it is super duper late. I like to take my trades at the very beginning of what I see in this cross of this EMA. Once it crosses the EMA, once the candle colors change, also once I see if I can also use kind of a support resistance area, if it is there, I like to take those kinds of trades. Not super duper late trades way down already into the trend, 120 some odd pips already, later. I don't like to do that. But we talked about this a little bit in the previous video, so I don't want to go too far in depth in any of these trades because I know that we talked about them, beforehand. But yeah, so this was a super duper late trade, and then this is just me trying to see if I can catch the reversal of the trend early, which didn't work out, and I'm glad I actually got out of this trade early. But the mean of what I'm trying to show you is, as you can see, here is the actual what I was supposed to be following. So sell trade here, buy trade here, sell trade here, so on and so forth. So with the miscellaneous trades, we actually only took 2 trades here for S&P 500. Technically, we took 3. I'm sorry, we took 3 trades. As you can see, it's very, very small one right here, but it was only like $1 and some change negative. So I'm guessing we got in and out very quickly, and we took a long position here. If you look at the leap challenge trades, these are the trades that we were supposed to take. All right, so hopefully this video will be a little bit quicker actually than I thought, because if I'm showing you exactly, the strategy and what it's supposed to look like, then maybe it might be a little bit easier for you to kind of unpack it yourself to see why I'm so mad at myself, why I'm so mad at why I didn't just take those trades the way that they're set up to take. So our first initial trade actually should have been here on the 5th. This should have been our, oops, I don't know why. I didn't mean to do that. That's what I missed. This should have been our initial first trade. And as you can see, it would have been a very, very good trade. Even if we had allowed it to come back down to this point, this still should have been at least a $900 trade. That's about half, a little more than half of the way back down. But even if we allowed it to come back down here to cross this EMA, we should have had at least $900 into this trade. Now, we would have taken definitely 2 losses here using the actual strategy, because as you can see during the crosses of this EMA, we would have basically taken a loss here, which would have been relatively small. Our stop loss is relatively big. I'm not gonna lie, it is always relatively big. But like I was saying in one of my previous videos, I think on like an oil trade or maybe a gold trade, we don't usually take full stop loss, because by that time the stop loss is usually so big. By that time we usually get confluences for an opposite sided trade. So sell here, buy here. We took a break even, which was actually really good, because this could have been a loss too as well. And then we did take this trade. I know we took this one. We took this one as well and took a break even on that. And then I think that's all the trades we took on S&P 500. Oh no, we did. We took this one too as well. We took a full loss on that one, which was part of the strategy. Let me see. So that one was $299 loss, $299 loss, and then we took an $84 loss on this one, which is stupid because as you can see, we should still technically be in this trade, and we should be winning this trade. That's what makes it so much worse when I'm telling you like, oh, I should have followed my strategy. So all in all, I feel like we should have made some pretty decent money on S&P 500. All right, moving forward from there, Bitcoin miscellaneous trades. So starting from the beginning, November 1st, I probably should have put a marker there at least so y'all know where November 1st is. So November 1st, this is November 1st right here. Looking at the trading opportunities, you have the leap challenge trades, and then you have the miscellaneous trades. So once again, we'll go over the miscellaneous ones first, and then we'll go over the actual strategical trades that I should have taken. So the miscellaneous trades, as you can see, we had a sell position right here, which did not make any sense. It made no sense to take that sell position because one, we're in a trend already. We already knew we were in a very good uptrend. Two, the range of the market just didn't. None of our confluences came to light here to say, hey, this looks like a good counter trend trade. Even on the counter trend trading strategy, it didn't look like. I kind of just jumped in, to be honest with you. So as you can see, still going up. Then we took this trade. Honestly, should have stayed in it a little bit longer, but we actually took our first win there with that miscellaneous trade. We didn't even take full profit. And then continuation, got a break even trade here, took a loss here, which is okay because we're still going with the trend. The ones that go with the trend, I'm not so mad about. Those are okay. The buy positions that are going with the trend, I'm not so mad about. The only thing here is the fact that, well, there was 2 things here. One, our parameter for our EMA was slightly off. I didn't realize it until after, like pretty much on this day is when I realized it, which was like 25th, 26th. So I was like, I kind of messed that up. But the ones for the leap challenge, let's go over this one. The ones for the leap challenge, that's what really, really hurt me. Not having these parameters correct is what really, really hurt me, because we end up taking a sell, a buy, and a sell trade all in one. And we actually physically took these trades because we thought they were a part of the strategy. So these weren't even miscellaneous trades. These weren't like the 5 minute or anything. These were my 2 hour time frame trades, and I messed those up because our EMA was off. So either way, looking back at the beginning of this opportunity here, as you can see, we should have only taken one loss. This would have been our one and only loss on Bitcoin. This was trying to see if I can find it. This was 400. This is a $400 loss. Yeah, so the 5th is when I got out of it. Yeah, this was a $414 loss. That should have been our only losing trade, period, at all. Because technically, we're supposed to still be in this one trade here. And how we missed this trade, to be honest with you, I don't know. I have no. No, we actually didn't miss this trade. We took this trade. We took this trade and got $901. I think what I ended up doing was, yeah, right here. So great trade. Yep, great trade by the end of it. But this is the same thing I was saying. I go up big, then come down little by little. The only reason why I'm coming down little by little is because I didn't hold it. I was supposed to be holding this one trade until whenever, until basically it crossed. And since it never actually crossed, which technically we would have been out here with the strategy that I messed up on with the indicator for the parameters. Technically we would have been out here, but even if we would have got out up here, it still would have been like a $4,000 trade, $3,000 at least dollar trade. And we just really totally muffed the whole ball on this one. We muffed the ball on this, like, incredibly. So y'all can see why I'm, kind of pissed about that. Looking at Ethereum, two trades were supposed to be taken on this one. Same thing as we did for Bitcoin. 2 trades were supposed to be taken on this one, and that's it. But literally, we ended up having to take we had to take only 1 or 2 miscellaneous trades on Ethereum, I think it was. So let me check. Yeah, we only took 1 Ethereum miscellaneous trade, and that was this one. And we didn't even take this to full potential. We came up with $2.02 on this, or $2.20 on this, and that's because we jumped out at break even basically. And as you can see, it hit TP, and then it came right back up, pushed back to the upside. So that's the miscellaneous trade, and then here is our actual trade. And I believe we took both of these. Let me check, make sure we took 3, which I don't know why. Took 3, so we took 1 on for 287. So we took this trade, which ended out in a positive of $287.60. Excuse me. Then we took another one. Oh, I messed up. So we took 2 trades. We took a trade. We took a buy trade. And like an idiot, I jumped out of the trade. I don't know why I jumped out of the trade, but I jumped out of the trade, and then I attempted to jump back in somewhere way later. So the 25th. No, that's the miscellaneous. Okay, so yeah, we took 2 miscellaneous trades, and then we took 2 miscellaneous trades, and then we took 2. Let me insert this here while I'm already doing it. Yeah, so we took 2 break-even miscellaneous trades up here on the 25th, and then we did take this trade, but literally jumped out. I don't even know why. I don't have any notes as to why we jumped out of that, but we jumped out of that trade. And once again, you can see why I'm pissed about me jumping out, not taking my confluences, not taking the strategy, not doing what I'm supposed to do. We jumped in on the 6th in a buy position. So, and that was at 9:47. Oh, I see why. This trade was overnight. We actually didn't have an opportunity at 1 o'clock. I see. So we jumped in at 9 o'clock thinking like, well, shit, we missed. There it is. There you are. Ah, see, I didn't even see that little boy right there. We jumped in because we technically didn't have a trading opportunity, or the opportunity that we wanted, because the opportunity that we needed came at like 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. So we tried to jump into the trade here, and when it went up, we set to break even, and then it came back down and knocked us out. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm not as mad about that then. I can see that. But the trade I would have wanted to jump in was actually right here, but that was at 11 o'clock at night. So kind of nothing we could do about that. I think there's 2 trades that we had an opportunity just like that. I want to say the other one's on gold. It was an opportunity at like 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and we're not up. So it kind of sucks. But as you can see, had we taken that trade, we would have been able to carry that the long way, all the way up to now. Actually, we still be in that trade. Gold. Yeah, this is the one. So gold is the one that we missed a really big opportunity on, but it's also the one that I think gave us the most. Other than silver, silver and gold gave us the best trades on our miscellaneous trading strategies. So we had two trades here that end up losing, and both of those were with the trend. So I'm not necessarily mad at it, but as you can see, this is what I was talking about. This trade came at 3 o'clock in the morning. The one trade that we should have been in to hold on to for pretty much half of the competition came at 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's I think what made me end up jumping into this, trying to get in. I think I did have a leap trading, yeah. So I tried to jump in down here as well, and it just didn't work out. It didn't work out because I was in it too late. But as you can see, we were in it on the right direction. Um, with these two trades. And then here is when I tried to actually jump into a buy position, which we did, I believe. Miscellaneous. Let me see. Miscellaneous gold buy position on the 18th was 689. So we got $689 out of this, which was really good. We could have definitely stayed into it. But as you can see, the miscellaneous trades actually weren't that bad. We had two small losers, one nice winner here, and another $437 winner here. And then we had three losers here, I think, according to the leap strategy. And it's funny because the leap strategy did worse on these trades. It did worse, in comparison to the miscellaneous. So the one trade we missed would have been that was very beneficial to what we would have needed in order to be competitive in this competition. But we missed that one. We had a really good trade here for our 2 hour strategy, and then we took 3 losses back to back to back. So missing this one trade kind of screwed us, but at the same time, I mean, other than having a trading bot, like I'm not gonna stay up 24/7 to wait for a trade. Now, if this was a little bit earlier and I saw it, like maybe it happened at 7 o'clock, and I was like, you know what, I need one more candle, then that would be one thing. But waiting to stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning for a candle close and then trying to jump into that trade is just that's not gonna happen. So either way, as you can see, that's the differences between the leap trading strategy, the 2 hour trading strategy I had, and then the miscellaneous trades. The miscellaneous trades actually did a lot better. Silver, we had the miscellaneous trades, which actually did really fucking good. I think we won almost every miscellaneous trades except for two. That's this one here and this very, very small one that we accidentally got into. It wasn't even on purpose. We got into this one accidentally. It was a buy position. Don't ask me why that happened. But oh yeah, I do know why. My idiot ass. We jumped into the trade here, and then I pressed the reversal button and got in here on accident into a long position. I was actually not trying to do anything. I think I was trying to move this down, and I pressed the reverse button, so it put us in a long position. I stayed in it for like 2 seconds because I was like, damn, should I stay in or should I get out? And then I got out of it for like a break even. And as you can see, our miscellaneous positions did really, really well other than this one. So really good position here, really good position here. I think we took like $1,000. I can actually look. I don't have to think. 1,065.35 on this one right here, and then on this one on the 14th is $441. No, that can't be right. 163. $441.35. I feel like that's wrong. Oh, because we took it early. So we took this one a little bit earlier than what we were supposed to take. But all in all, it was really good. So, and this one was $68. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. But yeah. So, oh yeah, we didn't take this one. We didn't take this one. This was one that we could have taken, but it hit full TP. We jumped out of it early. Yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot of mixed up feelings on these because, as you can see, had we just followed the strategy, literally we still be in this trade. We got out possibly right here, and then we got back in, and we still be in this trade. So I don't know, man. I have a lot of mixed feelings. Hopefully, y'all can see what I'm kind of getting at and why I feel like you should take your trades the way that you're playing. The way that you plan, the way that you strategize is the way that you should take your trades. Now, with Euro USD, it is a little bit different. So I'm going to come back to this one because the 2 hour strategy doesn't work on this one the way that I wanted it to. I was actually using my Forex daily strategy. So we'll come back to that one in a second. Oil just straight screwed me over. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Oil straight screwed me over. Like, We lost this one here, which was also my fault because I counted this as a miscellaneous trade because we technically got in super late. This was like a day and a half late. Supposed to get in at the close of this candle, and we got in way over here on the first. Um, this trade was a buy position. It wasn't even over the EMA yet. This trade was also a buy position, which we could have actually stayed into, but I think we got scared once it came back down like this, and we just let it happen as a break even. But even if you look at the leap challenge ones, to be honest, we would have lost, I think, almost every single trade except for this one right here, in the current trade that's going right now. So this one would have been positive, and then this one would have been, maybe breaking even just right now. But all the other ones would have lost. So oil literally baked my ass, like the whole trading opportunity. Excuse me, the whole month was baked for oil. Excuse me. Back to USD. This is the last one, and then we'll just kind of unpack my notes, which are only 6 notes that I have. So I'll try to be quick. But as you can see on Euro USD, man, it's really interesting. Really, really interesting. We had a buy position here, which was pretty decent. I think this was like a $400 buy position. Nope, I lied. $200, $232 buy position that we ended up taking, which is really good. It was cool. I wasn't mad at it. No, that's not right. Euro USD, $415. Excuse me, $415.36 buy position. Um, and once again, it's not supposed to be taken on 2 hours, so don't mind the EMA on this one. This is a different kind of trading style. I said the trade was taken with a different strategy. We used the daily, so we used the daily time frame, and we dropped down to the 30-minute on Forex trades. Um, that's something that I'm still working on. That's something that I'll be talking about in my Forex.com videos, so I won't unpack that too much. But yeah, so that was a decent trade, and then we had like 2 or 3 trades right here. Don't know how we did that because literally I traded in 30 minutes, so we shouldn't have had more than 1 trade per day. But yeah, I don't know. We did a lot. We did a lot. Moving on to this trade, we ended up taking a buy position way down here. Don't know why. It's miscellaneous. It was probably on the 5 minute, but yeah, we took a buy position. That ended up being, I think we took a break even. Actually, it came back down. Yeah, we took a $7.04. This was on the 15th, right? Yeah. So we only took $7.04 on this one. That was a break even trade. And then we finally took another miscellaneous trade for $232, which wasn't bad. I mean, honestly, we could have kind of stayed into it, but it wasn't with the trend. So I honestly didn't want to stick with that trade. Now, talking about my notes really quickly, and I don't necessarily need to show you the chart for this one, so give me a second. I gotta blow my nose. Hold on. Oh, I gotta sneeze. I thought I had blow my nose, but I think I gotta sneeze. Um, yeah. So looking at my notes really quick, and this will be the last part of the video, so it should only take another, hopefully, 3 minutes. Things that I noticed while completing the Tradingview Leap Challenge. One, this is probably one of the most interesting things. I can't trade Forex pairs while also trading indices and commodities. Trading Euro USD and then trading those commodities and indices was very, very interesting because I wanted to use the same strategy originally, and then I saw like, my indice strategy and my commodity strategy does not work at all on Forex. So that was a very interesting thing to see. It wasn't a bad thing, but I mean, if you looked at the Euro USD trades and you looked at how the EMA was moving, um, it probably wouldn't have hurt me to attempt it, but I felt better with using this strategy. Not this strategy. I felt better with using my Forex strategy than I did with using the 2 hour confluences. Number two, although the concept is the same, indices like CFDs, people trading CFDs, I used to trade CFDs as well, and futures, they still have a general difference. So in indices, and the one biggest thing that I noticed was like price, the time and opening or closing of the market, I should say, um, which can kind of skew your trades and stuff like that, and then gaps. There might be certain gaps in futures that you don't necessarily have in some CFDs. There also might be an opening time and a closing time, like every day, futures closes at a certain time. Like I know for I think AMP they close like 4 p.m. Eastern. I could be wrong. It could be 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern, one of those. But they do close while CFDs are still open, which can then leave a gap because if it does for whatever reason shoot up or down, when that futures market opens back up, there could be a gap. The reason why that gap is important is because for me, like I use indicators, I use EMA, I also use candle color changes. So that gap could skew the EMA. The EMA could look really, really ugly, and it's happened to me before. It could look really, really fugly. So you go back to the CFD, and of course it looks really, really smooth. You know, it's got a nice little curve to it. Pause. But then you go to the futures, and it's like it goes up and it's like straight drop if it for whatever reason the price dropped down, or it goes, I can't put my hand like that, my hands are cold too, but straight up, you know what I mean, like, and you're like, oh god, that looks ugly. So in my head, I don't know when to trust it when it does something like that. So yeah, that's something that I have to pay attention to. I think I could necessarily use the CFD to also help me trade futures. Like I can kind of like bounce them off of each other because CFDs don't close necessarily like how futures closes. But you know, we'll have to kind of see how that works out. Number 3, say for the love of God, stick to the strategy that you've tested. This can help you. What did I say? This can help you keep your emotions in check if you have truly tested your strategy. And then it keeps you from over trading like I did consistently on some of these instruments. I said one night I traded like 3 times, lost $700 for no reason. I think it was actually more than 700. I think it was like 900 or something like that, or maybe even 1,000. But the key point there is the fact that if you have a strategy, stick to that strategy. Don't jump back and forth. Don't test something while you're trying to actually trade live, especially if you're doing something like this where it's a competition. You know, like use your actual strategy. Use your strategy because that's probably going to be the best ordeal that you get and the best chance that you get to see if it actually really does work or not. Although I can look at the data, who's to say that, you know, maybe that data is slightly miscued. Some indicators do repaint, like the higher low that I had on here. That repaints, you know, so it might have told me that this was actually a higher low when in reality it wasn't initially the high low or the lower high or whatever it might be. So also do your work on that too. I need to learn how to differentiate between a higher low and lower high without fucking looking at an indicator. But either way, you know, if you have a strategy, stick to that strategy. Stick to the strategy because once you've back tested, once you've worked it, once you know, like, okay, I'm gonna lose probably about 60% of the time, but I'll win 40%. And because of those, the consistent R to R that I have, it's a 1 to 3. I can still be profitable. You know what I mean? Like you should know all of that information and stuff like that, so that as you do trade, you're not scared. You're not afraid of losing. You're not afraid. You're not. You're also not like too ecstatic when you win. You're just like, look, I'm here to get my money. I'm here to trade. Let's do this. Number 4, definitely still not ready to trade live as I bomb this test at the end of the time. So I kind of want to. I don't want to recant on that one, but I do want to say that I do need more testing. I'm not saying that I'm not fully ready to trade live. It's more or less I need to stick to the strategy. I need to go back to number 3 and stick to my own words, stick to my strategy. Because in my head, the strategy works. It's all up here. It's literally my psychology, my mind frame, my mindset. The reason why I lost a lot of trades and came out so negative is because I didn't take the trades I was supposed to. Literally, you can see that the market was trending heavily on most of these instruments. So one trade and not worry too much about swap or anything like that or whatever, I could have done so good. I could have done really well on this. I could have had like at least over the $10,000, $12,000 mark. I know for sure I could have made that. But because I was so worried about, oh well, shit, I missed the trade and I need to get in now, or I need to get in more trades to get more reps in, stuff like that. Like, or the fact that not trusting my strategy, like all of that stuff on top of each other just kind of stacked up and made me lose. And I say that with a lot of confidence, especially after downloading the data, looking at my strategy, looking at, you know, points that we got in comparison to points that we were supposed to. I say that with a lot of confidence. I would have actually at least came out positive. I know for sure. You know, if not the $10,000, $12,000, at least we would have came out positive. But That's neither here nor there. Number 5, literally went from positive to break even the whole time. Then that kind of goes back to number 4. Just me beating myself up. I don't need to beat myself up. I really need to stick to the strategy. That's all I need to know. Stick to your strategy, and you're good. The only thing that I will take out of that piece is I said sometimes the learning curve could be you messing things up and not your strategy. Psychology could be letting you down, and we already talked about it, so I'm not gonna go too far back into it. But just stick to your strategy, man. It could literally be your own mind fucking you over as to why you're not making money. You could be playing yourself. Have a great strategy, have a great risk to reward, have a great plan on how many days you're going to trade and how many days you don't. You could literally be doing what I'm doing and downloading all this information to make sure that you're looking at everything and tallying shit up. But literally, just if you're not taking the trades that you're supposed to, you're never going to actually exercise the strategy that you actually planned and put together. That's all I got. All right, we're at 30 minutes. I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Please don't ask me for my indication parameters. They're not ready, obviously. Well, they might be ready, but I worked really hard on them, so I need to work a little bit more on them before I put out what they are. But it's the EMA, candle color change, and higher high, lower low, which you can find on Tradingview. All right, thanks. Have a good day. All right, y'all. Peace.